and all that. And then we got adopted.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Gregg Arnold, and we are here at the, I don't know how you turn this around, let's see. Whoops. Let's see, I don't know how I'm doing this. Let's see, oh here. There we go, cool. Okay, so here I am. It's Gregg Arnold. We're doing different scenes from south of Yucca right now at the original Santa Fe Ranch. We're here with Jim Federico. He's an incredible artist that we met. He's a fellow artist over at the Florida Greco Fine Art Gallery in Laughlin at the y.a.a.c Center. And they're having the Yucca Area Artists Council meeting tonight at his house. And this is a straw bale house, which is absolutely incredible. Oh, hey, Terry. Hey, Sphere. One of my fellow actors. How are you doing tonight? Hey, Anthony and Nita Warren. Hey, John. Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. We are coming to you just south of Yucca, and we're going to be interviewing this amazing artist, Jim Federico. Like, he does like this type of artwork, which is incredible, and I'll let him explain it. It's an amazing place. Hi, Jim. Would you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jim Federico. I'm the owner and builder of this house, and I'm also the founder of the Yucca Area Arts Council. And we're having our meeting here tonight, and I'd like to welcome everybody and check out our house. A little on the southwest vintage side. It's a straw bale home. We've been in it now for about 2.5, 3 years, and we built it in 9 months.
In 9 months, you built all this?
Yeah,
incredible.
Now we're just doing finish work.
Did you have a lot of help?
Yeah, we had a lot. We had a class that came out. It was a straw bale class, hands-on
It's
class.
a good way to sucker people into doing your work.
I did it myself. Oh, yeah, you know what? And that's exactly what it was.
You're like Tom Sawyer of Yucca.
Yes, we had to feed him. We had 31 students.
Oh my God,
and
that's incredible.
That's like, there's only been a few other classes. He does like 8 to 9 classes a year, and with different homes like this, where you go and work on them. But you have to feed them.
Which is fair.
Oh, it's very fair. You get 3 meals a day. A friend of ours, he's a chef. He was a chef at the Reagan Library in Simi Valley, California. And he went on to doing his own catering now. And it's turned into where he did our catering for us for 7 straight days.
Wow.
And 150 meals a day.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, that's incredible.
And 21 helpers, family and friends. And then the 31 students.
Wow.
And the house was already built with the post and beam construction, but the straw bale is like infill. It goes in between all the post and beams. It's not structural.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's insulative, so insulative. Anyway,
so why don't you give us a little tour?
Well, come on in. Welcome.
And I don't know if anybody's familiar with
my own work. I made these gates. And
very cool. I love the rustic feel of your artwork. Is incredible.
Thank you.
Do you do, is it like found materials mostly?
In this case, this is all new material for the house itself, the beams, but we hand shaped all the beams. Mary and I made a deal with the contractor to set us up in a little area where we can shade them down and round them out and kind of give them a little rough look.
Right.
So, and we hack like up here. You can see there's little rough areas where we could put like little details like our mark of the ranch. And there's my wife, Mary.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
You're on Facebook Live right now. Thank you.
That's awesome.
And here we have what we in the straw bale world.
Oh, thank you. So it's a heck of a ride out here. Oh my God, we were not prepared.
In the straw bale world is what we call the truth window. Every straw bale home has a window where this is supposed to have a door on it, which I will do soon. But you open the door, and the plastic's not on the house. It's just to help kind of protect it. But when you open the door, you show your guests, this is how it looks. This is
wow.
The truth window.
Wow, that's incredible.
And then all the bricks we've stuck into the stucco to make it look like, it's peeling past plaster look. And we're into the old Southwest vintage look instead of the newer kitschy stuff. So.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's amazing. How many square feet is this house?
Including the studio, we're about 2,300 square feet.
Outstanding. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And all these bricks came from the train station in Yucca.
Oh, is that right?
Garces Hotel.
Wow.
And, they renovated the place and they put new bricks in, and then they had them in a yard in the back behind Bash's, where Bash's used to be.
Oh,
And
okay.
there was a place where they just dumped their stuff back there, and it's open, no signs or nothing. So long story short, it took us 10 loads to bring all these bricks in.
Oh my God!
These
But
bricks go
repurpose
way
it.
back, over 100 years old.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Mixing the old with the new,
Right.
And that really does work. And I've noticed your artwork is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
I like doing vintage. Make things look older. I don't know what that's about. But,
It's cool though.
like these lamps. We lift these. We found these through the years. We've collected stuff through the years before we lived here, and we just let them age outside.
Right.
We've only maybe oiled them up a little bit, just slow down the rust process. But we're trying to make it look like it's old.
Right, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
For anybody just tuning in, we are just south of Yucca, and I'm with Jim Federico, who is a fellow artist that we met over at the Florida Greco Fine Arts Gallery down at the Laughlin Outlet Center, where Allie and I also have artwork. And he has a straw bale house, and that's what he's nice enough to give us a tour of right now. I've known nothing about these. It's pretty incredible. And it just shows you that there are so many different ways you can live, so many things you can do. We are out in the desert.
South of Yucca.
South of
the old
Yucca.
Santa Fe Railroad Ranch. It's turned into a 40-acre ranch development. So everyone has 40 acres.
Wow, terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And it's a good way to live.
Well, it's not, you gotta be, there's
it's
issues
not for
like
everybody.
14 miles of dirt road, and sometimes it can get washed out, but everything kind of balances out once you get used to things. You don't, if you went into town to buy a box of nails and you forgot the nails, you're not going to do that project. You're not going to turn around and go back and get it. You'll find something else to do.
Tomorrow or next week or
exactly.
something. Yeah.
You try and do a weekly gig going in and, into town. Sometimes doctor appointments, I have to go twice, but you try and add it all up when you're in town.
Right, you plan ahead.
Right. We just call it Townie Day.
Townie Day, exactly. So if anybody has any questions, this would be a great time to ask about straw bale houses, about the Yucca Area Arts Council. They're having a meeting tonight, which we're going to speak at. I don't know what we'll say, but we're going to say it. So the encouragement, exactly. So it's wonderful. So Jim, you created this?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I love working with old wood, and again, I really enjoy making things look old, antiquing them, and I enjoy doing that. I cut this. It was fairly new when I did this. It's all one piece, including the cross on the bandsaw.
Oh, okay, nice.
And then, of course, this is it's the separate piece, but
Yeah. And so what galleries are you at?
Right now, I'm with, like you mentioned, Florida de Greco Gallery in Laughlin, Nevada, at the Outlet Mall upstairs. It's a nice mall, and she's a great lady and nice space, big space there.
Yeah, it used to be a dress barn.
Right.
Yeah.
And I hope more arts-oriented things start coming into the mall. I've read a little article. I think I shared it with you or a few other people that some of the malls are having these issues like turning into an outlet mall, but a lot of artists are renting out spaces now in malls.
Wow, that's very cool.
Isn't that cool?
That's a great development. Right. And it's a perfect arena for art.
Yes, see?
Because you have the space.
It's like design centers, which is really hard for a lot of artists to get into because they're so high end. Like down in LA, what was it, the Blue something, but there's the Design Arts Center district, and it's really, really tough to get into those places and afford the rent, and you have all the expenses.
And the way my friend Rick and I were talking about this the other day, he's in Burbank, and he does props and fabrication for tons of movies, Alien versus Predator, all kinds of stuff. He's going to be here in Kingman for a few months.
Oh, wow.
Which is going to be great. Yeah. So we're going to,
bring him out.
Yeah, we're going to.
Yeah,
It'll be fun. And he's a really interesting character. Right now he's filming a show called The Visionaries. And it's all special effects people, and so they're doing a thing. And so it's like they're filming 6 episodes right now, all right in a row. So it's going to be kind of neat. But he was saying how what ends up happening is artists will come in and they'll rent space that's cheap,
right?
And then they make it really cool,
right.
And then the landlords start raising the rent
Right.
because then lawyers want to be there
Right.
because all these other people want to be part of it.
Right.
But and then so then artists get forced out and it
Right.
changes the whole feel of it. And so
yeah.
so maybe that's what's going to end up happening
It
with malls.
probably will, but it takes that.
It takes time for
takes
that to
time,
happen.
right.
So in the meantime, we can make the Laughlin Outlet Center, for example,
Right.
really as cool as it can be, like a little art center. It would be very very neat.
Make it more attractive to artists and and co-op galleries, etc.
Right. Oh, hi, Pam. She's watching. Pam Buckles is very cool. And her husband is Bob. He works over here at the Proving Grounds.
Oh.
And he's an author. He wrote 5 books.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so it's pretty neat. Allie and I are reading those right now. Yeah. So tell us something about the amount of artists that are in this area.
For those of you that aren't familiar with the area, it's a vast, wide open area up against the y.a.a.c Mountains. And it's our development that we're in is 155,000 acres. It's part of that Santa Fe Railroad Ranch. It's turned over to us. But we all basically have 40 or more acres. We bought them way back when they were really, really cheap. Anyway,
That's the best
most
time
of
to
us-
buy anything.
Most people are retirees out here, or people are, they don't need to work. So
Right, so they don't have to get into town if they don't need to.
So, but there's a lot of beautiful homes out here. So I thought, I don't want to get involved in politics per se, but I want to see what we have with artists out here, or anybody who wants to be involved in the arts, besides painting or sculpture, with musicians and stuff.
Right.
And so we have a little website in our development.
And what's that website?
Santa Fe Ranch Property Owners Association, SFRPOA.
.com.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, cool. Do you guys have a Facebook? Like, how would somebody reach you, Jim?
Okay, Debbie, for my regular Facebook page is Jim Federico, but my art page is JP Federico, and a website, jpfederico.com.
What's the P for?
Paul.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I decided to go with that. I've used different ways, Jim Federico or just Federico, and now that I don't know, at this point where I am, that's how I want to address myself. It looks nice, it's quick and easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Good, all right.
yeah. So but I've dabbled in all kinds of different things and in art. I used to replicate rock art.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Like petroglyphs?
Yeah, like petroglyphs and even pictographs. And I was doing that way back in the early 90s. And the gallery picked me up out of Ventura. And for about, I'd say 5 years, I was rolling really,
That's awesome.
Nobody else was really doing it. It started picking up. And then it started spreading out and everybody started doing it. But I was one of the first people doing it.
Wow.
It was fun.
Yeah,
And
that is
it's
fun.
a really nice gallery, a K.R. Martindale Gallery, Kim Martindale, who produces many antique Native American art shows.
Oh, wow.
And the L.A. Convention Art Show, the one that just ended now, the L.A. Art Show, which is huge. It's one of the biggest art shows in the world now. He produces that.
Nice.
So I used to work for him when he was down, when he wasn't so big.
Yeah.
Now he has to use all union guys, but when they did small venues like Pasadena Center or Convention Center, he didn't have to use union guys, so he'd get all of us guys and build the booths and set up lights and get ready for the show.
How fun is that?
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, I like that, like, more than, like, being, like, I'd rather build stuff for a movie than be in the movie almost,
Well, that's what we're doing here. I'm trying to build, I'm a frustrated, I guess, set decorator or builder, or I've always enjoyed that, and like going back lots in the studios. We've got a lot of family in the studios, and
It's awesome.
Even the Universal tour, for what it's worth, it's still neat to go and see the back lots. And as a kid, I dug going to Disneyland, but I was really intrigued by how well they did everything.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm really, as a kid, I'm like, wow, they really knew how to do that right.
That's so
and
cool.
they do, and that's kind of where a lot of this comes from. Always admiring it through my life as a kid and never letting go of that dream.
Wow. So is there anything you'd like to show us here?
Well, the studio real quick.
Come on, everybody. Let's go see Jim's studio.
Well, it's...
Hey, Simon. Hey, Pat. How are you? Oh, it smells nice in here.
Yeah, it's incense,
What kind of incense is it? What's
I don't know.
just whatever one you grabbed?
Whatever. you grabbed.
Oh, there's a little Giganticus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everybody,
I was hoping you'd see that.
Here's a little Giganticus. Very cool.
It's got your
And that's
on the
yeah, the little thing. See, and that's all that's made out of paper, and people can just print them out. It's kind of neat. Oh, hi, Pamela. Hi, Deborah. How are you? And Simon's watching. Thank you for tuning in. Very cool. We're with Jim Federico. He's part of the Yucca Area Artists Council, and so he's very incredible. And we're here at his house. It's a straw bale house. And how would somebody get involved with? Do you still do classes on straw bale?
Well, you'd have to go to online for that, and it's really easy. You just go to strawbelt.com. The guy that puts these workshops on in these classes, he came up with this like back, I would think, in the late 80s.
Oh, wow.
He grabbed strawbelt.com.
Wow. He's grabbing his straws.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he
hey, that's a good name for it.
He was a contractor, and long story short, he was really intrigued with straw bale construction, and he went full-time into teaching classes and doing videos and books and
wow, neat.
Online, strawbelt.com.
Strawbale.com. That's easy enough, huh?
Andrew Morrison here.
Hey, Nick, how are you? You doing good? Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Look at that.
On right now.
Wow.
All my muñecas they're called muñecas. They all have skirts, kind of like an old vintage kachina look, but not really a kachina, because I don't like to step on any native's feet, And we're debating about using this.
That was great because it looks like a mane or hair.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah,
so we're
looks like a wild mane.
We're
definitely.
Color it like everybody's coloring their hair now,
Oh, yeah, like pink and red and whatever. And then that always makes me think of people who vote for Bernie or something. I don't know. They have a crazy colored hair. I don't get it.
And then this is another example of what I can do with repurpose. That's an old air filter from probably a GM or who knows what, but it's from a car from the 60s.
Wow.
And it was an air filter. They were all that big back then.
Wow, how fun is that?
All shot up, and I found it, I'm like, that's a clock. So, and then we were at the 99-cent store, and I got that clock for like $3.
Nice. Nice, that's awesome.
It's mounted really nice. And,
so it worked out perfect.
So we're always dabbling in different things. But the muñecas, these dolls have really taken off. This is what's doing it right now for us, and even like a little animal. So
very interesting.
This stuff grows out in the desert. So we mix nature stuff and old found junk. These are just kind of in production.
Yeah, very, very cool. So what words of advice would you have for anybody about anything?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, just like
listen to your mother.
Anybody's mother, or does it have to be your own?
No, listen to people that have been there and done that before. I think I remember when I was younger, I was like, you guys are too old, and I already, I know everything. The young attitude,
right.
But I try and stay young the best I can.
Of course,
but I don't let it bug me.
Just because you get older doesn't mean you have to get old.
Right. Stay young.
Yeah.
Think young. Stay active.
Right.
But, for the younger people now, I see a lot, and I see a lot on the social media stuff, how things are translated and seen differently now. And I'm like, just kind of respect people like myself or anyone else that's been there and done that.
Right, because you live to tell the tale.
Right. Now, now, with that said, there are people that really didn't live that tale. Like I'm an old, hippie from back then. So, today people are like, he's just an old washed out hippie. But if you go backwards and look, when we were radicals and we demonstrated against the war and all that, it was a whole different picture. We were radicals, and things have kind of, you spread out. But I don't like people, the younger crowd, to look at us and think, oh, they're just, old people. And
you get to be
think
old.
About where they've been.
Right.
If they had, like I said,
That's how you get to be old, by being smart enough to make it through it. Right. So you can give the advice because you have the history and the knowledge of it, because you've
some
lived.
People do live in a shell,
which is unfortunate for them.
I've been a fireman for 30 years. I was a stonemason. I was a artist in school for a while. I mean, just in the Navy.
You've lived your life.
I'm enjoying it, and to me, once I leave that, like when I retired from the fire department, that was like, to me, a book that closed. I have good memories, but there's nothing I can change, and so you just think of the good memories,
Right,
you know?
exactly.
But I have new doors to go through.
Right. Yeah, because
Right.
you're creating new memories. You're creating great ones.
Right.
And it's so fun.
Right.
Some people retire and they just
Right.
they become alcoholics. They just they stop living
Right.
instead of thinking, like you said, you close that book. Now you open up a new book.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
perfect.
Make a new book.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, take advantage of things that come to you, you know?
Right.
That's another thing I try to do. You know, I mean, this magazine article on our house, Etched Magazine, everyone, Etched Magazine, is a really beautiful article in there about the house and
Wow,
my
very
art
cool.
and stuff. So it's online. You can see it online, but I would highly recommend you buy a copy or subscribe if you really dig the Southwest, and it's a really cool magazine.
And they could come meet you over at Florida's.
Yes.
And you can autograph it for them.
Hey, that's right. And we're supposed to do that too.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
How outstanding.
Someone let the news out, I guess, but we're supposed to. We're going to be doing that.
That is great.
Yeah.
That's great. It's fun being in magazines and stuff,
I
isn't
know,
it? It's exciting.
fun.
Yeah.
And I did all the photography.
Oh, wow.
But it all started from. We were at an event in Laughlin. I think it's called Chef's Best. Are you familiar with that?
I am.
Okay. Well, you were at that event, and long story short, on our way out, there were some of these magazines out, and it said, free, take one. So I grabbed about 3 of them because they looked interesting to me. And I got home, and again, long story short, I fell in love with the magazine, how well designed it is, and the good articles. They like to focus on people of average, if you will, you know, and not somebody who's really sticking out as far out as like some magazines will do a story on.
Right.
They're trying to look for just down home folk, if you will, you know.
Which is
artists
great.
And, desert dwellers, and she's got a whole different line of, you know, different areas and lines she goes. But the bottom line, it's really a cool magazine if you like Southwest.
That's Etched Magazine?
Yes, it's out at St. George, Utah.
Very, very cool. Thanks. So everybody has to pick that up.
Yeah. Please do. You know, in fact, I think they've been in production now, I think 10 or 12 years, and they're a lot of their distribution is in southern Utah, and I believe it's all along the river. I think they're beginning to spread out.
Fantastic.
But today I got a note from her. It said that they have to reorder more.
Oh, wow.
Second order in.
Because you're on the cover also, right? Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, and again, I'm sorry. It went back to grabbing these magazines, was impressed with them, and so I called up to subscribe. And I don't even know who I talked to, but whether it was the editor or somebody, and we just hit it off, started talking, explained what I have and where we live out here, and you know, and next thing I know, we're starting to email back and forth, and Facebook message and stuff, and they want to do a story on the house.
That's great.
And here we are.
Well, and this house is very interesting. You did a wonderful job.
Look at all the walls.
All the
how thick
details.
They're 28 to 30 inches thick right here.
Wow.
That's all the straw velvet, just sprayed on stucco.
And what does the ambient temperature stay at? Do you have an ambient temperature or
The studio is all 4 walls are a straw bale, so it retains a temperature better than the house can because it's all 4 walls are this thick.
Nice.
Straw bale, and all the ceilings are all blown in recycled Levi's.
Oh, wow.
For insulation, yeah, that's what they do now.
Very cool.
I can feel like, okay, I'm building a straw bale home. I'm supposed to be environmental friendly, and I don't want to blow in, something else. It's not friendly, so we found that they use ground up Levi's.
Wow.
And they staple all the rafters before they put the drywall in, so it's all this netting up there. And you're like, how are they going to do this? And they got this big blower, and they throw these bags of this ground up Levi, and it goes through this blower like a big tube, and it goes through the screen. They make a little slice, and you just start spraying it around.
Wow.
And I don't know.
So exciting.
Yeah, it was.
There's so many different ways to do things in this world.
Well, we were fortunate. We're very, very fortunate that the money that provided us to do this was from a home we sold in California when we both retired. So we had the capital to work with, but we used every single penny of it. But,
Well, that's all right.
But I'm happy that I had the contractor that we had do the things that they had. I'd still be digging trenches,
Yeah, because
So
where do I
hire
even start?
somebody
Of course. You
Yeah.
hire somebody who knows what they're doing.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
they turned out to be great people. They're wonderful people. They live out here as well.
Oh, cool. And who was it? Who did the...
That's the Jeremiah Ellis and Mike Ellis and his mom Tammy Ellis. I'm trying to remember the name of their company, but they're great people, and we're all fortunate out here to have them around because they do a lot of work for everybody out here. And like you, when you drove in, you're like, you don't see a lot, but
Yeah.
there's a lot back into the foothills. There's more. I mean, remember, it's all 40-acre parcels too.
Very cool.
Oh.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really looking forward to tonight's
Go ahead.
adventure with the Yucca Area Artists Council, where Allie and I are going to be speaking. It's going to be pretty neat. Oh, hi, Don and Shane, and George is tuning in. I hope everybody's having a fantastic night. We are just south of Yucca, if you're just tuning in, at the home of Jim Federico and his wife, and it's a straw bale house. It's absolutely incredible. So if you'd like to find out more about this, you can just go to his Facebook page of Jim Federico, and he will be glad to talk to you.
Or JP Federico.
Or JP Federico. It'd be absolutely amazing. Well, thank you for having us. Oh, you're going to... Is there...
Wait.
Fantastic. Good, we get a tour of the actual house. This is very cool. This is a straw bale house. Really amazing. Oh, beautifully done.
This is what we call a clear story. So in the summer, we open up a couple windows, and the heat goes up. The fans take the heat out of the house, and then they go out the windows.
Wow.
Keep everything closed, and the heat goes up, and the fans push the heat down.
Wow.
Whatever heat we have, and all natural. We don't have a heater.
Wonderful. So tastefully done. Everything looks beautiful.
Thank you. Again, when I was with that K.R. Martindale gallery, made a lot of connections with gallery owners and artists and collectors.
And the American Southwest is so incredible anyway. There's
if you look at that view, that's one of the reasons we decided that's called Flat Top Mesa. And
I can see why.
yeah.
That's an easy one. Yeah.
And our little motto was, when all we're designing and building, it's all about the view.
Right.
The straw bale homes aren't supposed to have a lot of openness like these doors. But
they're not?
Oh, no.
Oh.
You know, we could probably be even more efficient if we didn't have these glass doors.
But they're
good. I mean, they're double pane, and they still work well. But everybody in the straw bale world will tell you, oh no, it shouldn't be doing that.
No, but how could you not want to take all of this in?
It's all about the view.
Right.
And with that said, though, we're still like, in the winter, it could be like 35 degrees out in the morning, and it'll probably be 60 degrees in here.
Perfect.
And that's without any heat on.
That's great.
I can either kind of torch off the oven, kind of take the chill off, or make a little fire. And it's only a month and a half to 2 months a year anyway.
I know, we're so fortunate here.
Yeah.
But for everybody out there who's not from this area, it was in the 70s today here in Kingman. Which isn't normal, but hopefully it is from now on. It was absolutely incredible. Oh, hey, Bill. Hi, Mike. How are you? And Janelle's tuning in. I'm glad you are and sharing our little adventure here. We are just south of Yucca, and I didn't even know all this was back here, Jim.
Yeah.
And this was the original,
We were going to take you for a cruise, but we can't. You have to come back.
Oh, yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back, definitely. Wow, well, wonderful.
So in the summer, when we have a longer period of trying to stay cooler than warm, we have, this is above the refrigerator is what's called it's an Australian swamp cooler, but it's very efficient.
Oh, what's an Australian swamp cooler? How's that different from?
It's just the way it functions, and it's compact. It's got instead of going out like a big box, it's a big rectangle box. It's bigger, and so it carries more water.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And more powerful.
It's also
Nice.
a fan more than a squirrel cage.
Yeah, it's a fan.
Oh,
Right.
More than
Instead of
Wow.
the squirrel cage thing like most of us are used to.
right, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even know there was such a thing.
We got see again trim work though. I got to do woodwork around it and stuff, and just trim.
It's a process.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't mind. That's what I want to do.
That's
I have
perfect.
time to do it.
I know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, these are all brand new cabinets, but I distressed them, painted
very
them
cool.
white and blue, and a few other little shades here and there.
How fun is that?
That's another thing I used to do, or still doing. Right now, I'm not doing furniture because the dolls are.
But that's
They're doing so well. So.
right, and you're enjoying that.
Oh, gosh.
Are you in other galleries?
Yes, I'm in Eclectic Avenue in South Lake Havasu. it's a really cool. It's a all repurposed kind of art gallery where people come and do things like I do, or take furniture and paint it and change it around and that kind of stuff.
Very cool.
All repurposed art. And then I'm in what's called Cowbell's Gallery in Cave Creek, Arizona, and it's a really nice gallery. It's more of a furniture / art gallery. She sells high-end art, every leather couches and etc. and all that. And so my dolls kind of fit in because they're so different from all the other stuff she has. Like she has a lot of cowboy stuff and a lot of that mountainy kind of stuff. So the dolls that she takes from me,
They really stand out.
They stand out really nice. So
That's great.
And that's a really nice gallery. So that's good for now, And again, we're with Florida the Federico Gallery, and that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, she's a character.
She's a character, and I'm glad Karen's helping her out.
Yeah, it works out good.
Yeah.
And you also have a rescue dog. What's her name?
Poppy.
Poppy. Where is Poppy?
Where's Poppy? I don't know.
He owns a great.
There she is.
Yeah.
And when did you rescue her?
7 years ago.
Oh,
She was rescued before. She was, and her
Beautiful little
siblings
girl.
were thrown out on Highway 50 in Elko, Nevada.
oh, okay.
Somebody dumped her and her siblings, and they were given to us Australian rescue shelter somewhere in Elko, Nevada. So she had like 6 other siblings, but he found homes for them. I got a phone call.
Wow. So it's so rewarding adopting a pet. We went to the Western Arizona Humane Society, and we got 2 little kittens, Art and LG. And it's really life-changing, and it's also house-changing because everything's a mess because there's all cat toys, there's all stuff everywhere. So it's really a lot of fun. It's so rewarding. And so Jim got a phone call. They're just about ready to start. Hi, Danny. Hi, Jim. How are you? And Rodney's watching. Hi, Marie. I'm glad you tuned in. We are just south of Yucca at Jim Federico's straw bale house. And it just goes to show you can do so many different types of artwork. You can create so many things. You don't have to just live in a regular house. You don't have to do things just like everybody else does. You can step out of your comfort zone, and I firmly believe that you're supposed to embrace that, and that's called living while you're alive. And there's a lot of people who just never do that. They're worried other people are going to, what's so-and-so going to think? Or what's some imaginary stranger going to think if I'm wearing white patent leather shoes down the street or something? If that's what you want to wear it. If that's what you want to do it. Just don't hurt anybody else, and respect yourself, respect other people, and they will have respect for you. And Jim gave us some very good advice earlier about
Listen to your elders.
Listen to your elders.
The wisdom. Part,
Exactly.
Don't play it down so bad. That's all.
Right. And don't be afraid to get older. Just don't get old.
Well, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get old.
Well, I mean, I call it getting vintage like a car.
That's right.
Or a truck,
Exactly.
So like my back's going out, so it's like my rear end's going out.
Right, exactly.
I have my bad days just like anyone else.
Right.
I got spinal stenosis, but
you stay active.
I stay active.
Mentally, physically.
I've always been that way.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stay active.
Yeah, you have to.
Every morning we walk Poppy. We walk
Poppy.
Our walk every morning is about 1.5 miles.
Wow, outstanding.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's just your mailbox.
Just about.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for spending some time with us,
Thank
Jim.
you for coming.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So cool. We're just about ready to start the council meeting. We've never been here. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, everybody have a wonderful night. Step outside of your comfort zone. Have some fun. Enjoy life. Enjoy every day. Don't get wrapped up too much in politics or he said, she said, or whatever. Just enjoy your life, explore, and do what you're supposed to be doing. Hi, Chris and Josie. How are you? Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. And we'll also be doing another Facebook Live with the Yucca Area Artists Council from where all their artwork is right on 40. It's very amazing. Hey, Greg, how are you? Okay, everybody have an amazing night and do something creative.